but I did, and it was because I offended a particular group of my audience, Black women, who thought that I was being dismissive to how Jada felt in that situation. And like, okay, maybe the majority of my audience isn't such, and they're all commenting, you don't need to apologize and stuff. But I saw some really real comments from people who were hurt from that.
Are there any celebrities that have you blocked? Please let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Because Nicki has me blocked. I'm still mad at that.
Nicki
Fuck
Minaj?
you, Nicki. Yes, Nicki
Me
blocked
too.
me.
Me too. That is my...
You know what's so crazy? I've been dragging the Ace family for years, and
You're the reason I talked about them. I didn't know who they were until you. Until Disgrace was in... I believe Disgrace was in the title.
Hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and you're watching Choice TV. And today, I'm here with the infamous Sloan.
Oh my gosh, stop. I'm so excited to be here with you. What are you talking about?
Thank you first of all, thank you for coming. Because I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of you are probably, like, trying to get a piece of you and shit. Bro, I literally, like, DM'd you. You're, like, not the best of, like, DMing, so I'm glad you gave me your number.
Oh, exactly. Well, I mean, I have notifications off for the DMs because, I mean... I get some nice messages, but then you get some really nasty ones that are going to like keep you up at night. I'm like, you know, I'll just like not get notified. And then when I see your little picture pop up, I'm like, oh, message from Troyce. Then like I can just get into it.
I can tell you're a little bit like paranoid because again, you don't know me. I could be a catfish. I could be undercover working with the Ace
I was
family.
scared about this. I was like, what is happening here? I just had no idea. Like, are we zooming in? And now we're in an actual studio. It is beautiful. And I'm like, so happy to be here in person.
But what's so crazy is I could have been like a crazy person working with the Ace family, ready to like chop you up in like a million pieces. And, you know, at gunpoint, ready to be like, oh my God, you better apologize for the whole thing. You just never know. Honestly, listen, I'm skeptical too. Because people look at us and they think, oh, like, you know, you got to have your guard up because.
Well, you do to a point, but also I'm like kind of like. This year's been a little bit lonely for me, so I've been traveling around. I've just been in Florida the past 5 months, and like, if I get an email from someone and they're like, I'm a subscriber, I would love to hang out with you. Like, you're so cool. I'm hanging out with them like the next day. Like, and I don't know if that's like, usually I can tell who they are though. You know, it's like genuine people. They share their Instagram. They seem real. We meet up in public, and I've made some of my best friends from social media and from YouTube. So honestly, like letting down that guard and. I guess when it comes to like the bizarre relationship you can have with social media or, you know, interactions with people online, nobody's ever mean in person. At least in my experience, I've had anyone be mean to me to my face. You know, it's just keyboard warriors.
You ever like met a hater before where they like, you know, you could tell that the vibe is off, like, hey, nice to meet you, Sloan. And then, you know, right after you walk away, this bitch is fake as fuck. I done had some experience like that where some of y'all be fake as fuck. Not my supporters, of course. Probably not his supporters. Where people be fake as fuck. And they be like, hey, Troy, obviously you're so good for the culture. Like, you're so good. Like, that's crazy. Like, you be eating like alligators and stuff. Like, no offense. Oh my God. No offense. But like.
Hey, well, that alligator stuck with everyone. Like, when I saw you eating that full alligator. Oh my gosh, I wanted a bite so bad. Like some sweet chili sauce. I like the sweet chili sauce, so I can imagine like some crispy.
Oh my God, I'm horny right now. Don't talk.
No, I get that. But when you're saying that, I haven't had anyone like that. Like honestly, when I was in West Palm Beach, I had like this one woman come up to me and she was like in her 50s and she was like shaking, crying, like, I can't like, believe I'm like around you and blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just a normal person. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm excited to meet you. Like every time I meet someone, I'm always like, I just want to get to know them a little bit, you know, and not really focus on those things like about the YouTube and stuff, because I feel like because my content isn't necessarily personal, I have like a disconnect, you know, like I'm reporting on things, I'm spilling the tea sometimes. Of course, there's some personality in there, but compared to some of these classic influencers who like depend on themselves to, you know, create content, I don't have to do that, and it's something I like really enjoy because I'm like a different person from who I am on the internet versus where like how I am in real life and how I think and how I operate. And I feel like sometimes people think like because of my channel, like maybe I'm like a Perez Hilton type, or maybe just a stickler and
or
uptight.
a Tasha K.
Oh my gosh, stop. I really don't want to be a Tasha K. Like please don't.
What a trend the fucking internet.
I know. Well, I mean, I've gotten my fair share of threats, but will they actually sue?
Yeah, like the Ace family.
I know.
You should have pulled a Tasha K and been like, I'm gonna wipe my fucking ass with that cease and desist.
Oh my gosh.
You
Still
could do that. It
could.
could have made things worse.
Still could.
Personally, you shouldn't have taken shit down. Let's talk about
I
them real quick. You
know.
should have
Maybe I'll
taken
put them back
shit
up.
down.
Maybe I will. But honestly, it's also like you look at it as like a business perspective and like, do I actually want to get sued? No. They're requesting these 2 videos down. They probably got the views they're going to get. You know what I mean? Already did that. I'll take them down. I've got plenty of videos. And this instance is I lost 2 videos. I'll gain 5 back because I'll be talking about this situation with you, talk about this situation on my channel. The letter will be out at some point. So, you know, you like win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, I don't think I did anything wrong in my videos. And honestly, one of my good YouTube friends who does a ton of investigative work, I was like referring to his work most of the time. So like he's the source of it. And he actually just sent them like a demand letter or something. He's some lawyer and his name's Matt Caster, but he's really great at what he does. So, I'm not scared of them, but I do get scared in the moment when you're sitting there and you've got like someone saying like, yeah, I'm going to sue you for, you know, millions of dollars in damages and you're ruining this event. Cause you know, the most recent like threat from
fair.
them. Yeah.
Their little, their little Coachella Fire
Oh my gosh,
Festival.
stop. And before we get into that, I want to say that actually I do have proof too that Austin looked into trying to like hire a hacker to hack my channel to remove my videos when Call Her Daddy mentioned him on her channel a while ago. And what?
Oh, I'm just drinking this tea.
Oh,
Like,
the
go
tea.
ahead.
I was like, do I need it?
I'm drinking this.
Yeah, so
tea.
someone his manager's girlfriend screen recorded his phone with text messages from Austin sending my video links and saying that he's going to threaten to hack my channel. And she was a fan of my channel. She didn't want my channel to be hacked, so she sent me that stuff. And I have that video recording somewhere.
Slow down. So Austin
was texting his manager. His manager's girlfriend, while he was sleeping, took a video of his phone scrolling through the text messages, which there were some like weird messages too about like he would send like pictures of girls to his like manager and be like, wish you were here, buddy. Like it's a great time. And I was like, oh, so
Captain
cringe.
probably going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Guys, like, stop hating on us. Like, you guys are just jealous. But
Stop.
anyways, go
So
ahead.
the Ace family, let's move to the festival. So there's like this, you know, what did they call it? Coachella meets Disney World, which
Oh,
is
Jesus
something
Christ.
they marketed it as that, sold the tickets, and then removed that line. Like they had a
Yeah.
line that said that.
I did
like,
see your video on that.
bruh, like how are you gonna like? You're not even really selling this if you're gonna go and change up the rules afterwards. And it's definitely more of a TanaCon meets
A quick cash grab.
an Astro World, like
Meets
please-
Fire Festival.
Please, not an Astro World. Like I'll pray for everyone's
Oh,
safety
Jesus
at the
Christ,
Ace
yeah.
Fest, but like,
You know what's so crazy? I've been dragging the Ace family for years, and they
you're
have
the reason
paid-
I talked about them. I didn't know who they were until
really?
you. Until Disgrace was in. I believe Disgrace was in the the title.
the Grace
No,
family.
it wasn't any of the other like, you know, T channels or anything. It was your video that I saw that got me into it and how I like learned who they were.
Mhm.
So
Oh
you're
my
the source of this problem right here. You're the you're the root cause of this.
That is crazy. I'm honored to
Uh-huh.
hear that because I've been dragging them for years, and they
Yep.
paid my ass dust. And I'm like,
They've never tried to like threaten you.
no,
though.
I'm like,
Okay.
fuck wrong with y'all? Send me a cease and desist letter, bitch. But no, I'm kidding. But no, don't send me shit.
I have a stack of them. I'll give you one. Here.
Just
Kidding. I'll send you one now
okay.
after this video.
But that's crazy that you said you see my videos on them, because when you at first glance they look like a little innocent family, like, oh, the cute.
I
little
knew who they
babies.
were. Like, I didn't know who they were on social media, and like I've seen some of their content because my best friend was like a big fan of theirs, but I didn't like know the dark side, obviously. And then until I went to your channel and I learned so much, and you were just so well spoken and entertaining, and honestly, like you're even one of like the inspirations for what I do now. It's just because you see like real life people doing these things, and it's like, wow, like that's inspiring. Like I could kind of do that, and then yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie, you're a lot nicer than me. You're a lot nicer than me.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah?
gonna lie, I can be like a little bit like brutal, but I just like my best to keep it real, be completely honest. And you are honest and you're very fair. Like if you make a mistake, you'll take ownership of it.
Yeah, and yep, that's
If
true.
people give you criticism, like for example, like when you made that apology video, you were real enough to take the criticism people gave you and apply it to your actual content. So I
Mhm.
appreciate that, because a lot of people will dish the shit, get on camera, spill all types of tea on Nicki, Cardi B, Ace Family, this person, that person, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
But the minute it's time for them to be held accountable for some shit they put out that wasn't completely accurate, now they're deflecting.
Yeah.
So I give you props for being real and actually being
And
fair.
honestly, I think it's like I don't know, it's like a little bit more personal with me, because like in my real life relationships, like I'm always down to apologize. Like if I offended you, if I did something, like I've got a big personality. Sometimes people can't handle it. I'm down to apologize. And when it came to that instance, that like most recent apology video, all the comments are saying you had no reason to apologize. You had no reason to apologize. But I did, and it was because I offended a particular group of my audience, Black women, who thought that I was being dismissive to how Jada felt in that situation. And like, okay, maybe the majority of my audience isn't such, and they're all commenting, you don't need to apologize and stuff. But I saw some really real comments from people who were hurt from that, and it affected me for like a 2 days. I felt depressed over it. I was like, you know what, I need to like sit down and do this, and I'm glad I did, because I think like you go with your gut when you're in this situation, when you're in this social media world. You do what you think is right, and you don't allow people to sway you in those ways. I mean, this whole industry is so disturbing with how people will try to threaten you. They will try to manipulate you. They will do anything in their power to try to get their way with you, or to use you as some type of asset. And that
like
comes
a pawn.
Oh my gosh, exactly. So it's like, I feel like really staying true to yourself, and like going with your gut feelings, and like kind of looking at this as not only a business, but a relationship, and kind of I don't know, just like, I feel like your YouTube can be a sign of your character as well. I mean, it's a representation of who you are. So why, tarnish that by not even taking accountability or something,
Do yourself a favor, and if you want to avoid more potential lawsuits and people trying to threaten you on some, I'm gonna sue you for everything you have, consider incorporating.
I have, yeah.
You are? Okay, excellent. So it makes you get business insurance and put yourself as a beneficiary.
Oh my gosh, I can't. The insurance is it's like, I got an estimate, it's like $25,000 a year.
You can find a lot that are probably a lot cheaper. If you look for the right business insurance, you could put yourself as an individual as a beneficiary. So if people try to come for you personally, you're under your LLC's insurance, you're good.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not doing anything where I'm like avidly going to defame someone or trying to slander them or spreading false information about them.
Exactly.
So it's like, there's no reason to sue me. If I were to be sued, it's going to be someone who's super rich and who has a lot of time on their hands and just wants to watch me go down, because they would have to like, make me go into court and make me pay these fees and all of that. But if one person tried to put a case against me and everything, I don't think they would have one, because even with the cease and desist stuff, I usually comply. I complied with the Ace family. I did what they did. They asked for a retraction. Not going to do a retraction. They didn't copyright the letter, which a lot of law firms will include in their letter that they've copyrighted the letter, so you cannot share it. Because of course I'm a social media person. I'll share everything, and they're idiots. You go into a copyright database, you look up the letter's not copyrighted, and then it's just an open threat.
They're so fucking stupid.
They are. Well, they think that we're stupid.
Yes.
And a lot of times people are taken advantage of. But like, that's why I'm so glad I've had like such a life before social media, that I can kind of like, I'm like, oh, I kind of know how the world works. So.
And you've worked for the government. You've had a government job before all of this.
I had a security clearance, which is like hard to get.
Oh my God, they hiring?
Yeah. So no, it was like, it was a great job though.
First of all, let me just start by saying that the whole notion of like them putting the copyright thing on the letter is complete bullshit.
Yeah. Because
even if it was copyrighted, as a commentary, news influencer, whatever journalist, you can legally cover something as long as you give commentary with it. So they can't just be like, oh, it's copyright, don't use my shit. First of all, bitch, I can talk about whatever the fuck I want because it's fair use.
Yeah.
It's commentary. And they sent it to you. So at the end of the day,
and it actually becomes your ownership. Once they send it to you, it's a piece of your property. I was talking to a lawyer today about that because I've been like talking about releasing the Ace family letter. So it's a piece of your property once you have it. So like you almost like have copyright of it. I don't know how to, that's what he was explaining, but who really knows?
Fair use. You can talk about it on your channel if you want to, and that's some fucking bullshit.
Wait, do you know who Liz Gillies is? Sorry,
I do.
She was the one who who claimed to copyright the letter.
Oh my God. For those of y'all who don't know who Liz Gillies is, Liz Gillies is a little gothic girl from Victorious. If y'all ain't heard of her, she was beautiful. And in my opinion, I think she should have blew up over Ariana. But that's just my personal opinion. Because I love
and I'm sure she's an awesome person. I didn't say anything bad about her. I just made a video about her uncomfortable relationship with a man who's like 20 years older than her, who they've been like around each other since it was like 15 years old. So he worked on the set, the show. Like there's something there. And I think so, because why did I get a cease and desist letter the day after? Immediately took it down. Then a year later, I waited a year after, like a year and a month. And then I made that video claiming that they sued me, or threatening. She tried to threaten to sue me, which yeah.
I'm gonna be real. So the Ace family has try their best to like try to intimidate a lot of commentary and news channels. Like it's not the first time you've ever done it. So in other words, have you ever thought about making the videos public again? Because you just simply privated them.
Yeah.
You ever thought about, let me just make these shits public? Because you know deep down inside they can't really do shit to you.
Yeah, and maybe so. Like maybe I will. It's just more of like I don't know. I also like I told them I was gonna take it down, and I took it down. I told them I wasn't gonna do a retraction, and I did do a retraction. So I kind of want to stay true to my word when it comes to that. But there are certain situations, and I was. That's
you
how
did take it down. You could just change your mind and be like, "Bitch, I changed
yeah.
my mind."
And maybe I will, but like for instance, so Bob Saget tried coming after me really hard.
Christ.
He tried coming
everywhere
after me.
you look, everywhere it's so hot,
triggering.
I hear the heart everywhere. Okay, go ahead.
So I made a video about him. So actually, back it up. I made a video about Mary Kate and Ashley.
Oh Jesus,
love them. Great video. Went through all like the traumatic crap they went through. And during that video, I found some really disgusting jokes from Bob Saget. And I made that video, and I got so many emails after, like, you need to make a Bob Saget video. I made one a week later, and it's just me pretty much compiling all of these disgusting, dirty jokes about children and just like drugging children, about the twins, you know, swallowing him off, like disturbing things, story times about how he was acting like he was effing like one of the fake dolls, like prop dolls during set, and like someone saw that, or like the kids watched that.
I'll insert a clip for those y'all who haven't seen some of those compilations. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I made this video, and it went like viral, which I don't know how to define viral, but like it got 900,000 views in one day.
That's pretty fucking viral.
And then after that, people made TikToks talking about my video. So then it really became like no one was talking about him. And then my video came out, and then it was a wave of people talking about these jokes and how bad they were. And it's like, you know, it just caught on fire. And then a day after, he sent me a very, very nice long defamation letter. That's like because it's a good one. Like I've gotten some really bad ones. It was a really good one.
It's very difficult to prove defamation. So for those y'all who are like in the commentary room or aspire to being there, let me just say that it's almost like the Tasha K and Cardi B thing. People got to remember that's a good example.
Yeah.
It took 2 years for Cardi B to prove that was defamation. But here's the thing, though. Defamation is hard to prove. You're just giving your commentary about things that you see that are already out in the public. And it can be perceived that way because he chose to get on camera and say those things. So how can that be defamation when you're just reporting on what he did?
Exactly. And you know, YouTube is strict with their language. I never called him a pedophile. I've never used those words. So it's like you're saying in your letter that I called your client this. I'm not even gonna go back and watch the video to see. I don't have the time. I already know I didn't say that because I don't say those words on YouTube. So I took the video down a day after I got the letter. I got a little bit more views on it. Took it down. They forced me to film an apology video. Filmed the apology video. It never went out. And then
an apology video?
Yeah. And then months later, he died.
Oh my God.
And I was
he did.
And I was in West Palm Beach, and I like looked at my phone, and I got the notification. I literally blacked out. I was like,
Jeffrey Epstein is shook.
He was one of the first ones to really go after me, and he taught me a lot of lessons because they like put me through the ringer, and he like the guy went back and forth and was like, you know, he tried to make me get my Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen video down, tried to get their lawyers involved. It got so incredibly messy.
Bitch, bye.
I saw that he died, and I went to my computer, and I went private to public, and I put it right back up. As soon as I found out he died, I actually like had to pray that night because I was like, okay, I like hope that wasn't like a sin or something. I don't know. I felt so bad because like he did just die, so it's like now I'm releasing this, and then like a lot of people are now watching it. Got like 200,000 views like as soon as I released it again. But nonetheless, I don't have any like ill will towards him.
As we shouldn't. You're a commentary channel. You talk about news, gossip, journalism. Like, this is what you do. We never really have ill will towards anyone when we talk about. They're the products.
It's weird how some people think that we're so personally involved sometimes, which I cover things that I do talk about them passionately and stuff, but like, I don't know.
As a fan, and then also as your job.
Yeah, and there's just like, it's interesting to see like how people like determine moral authority like on the internet. Like, okay, let's say like my videos are like, you know, I'm trying to do something good for them, etc. And then we've got like, I just posted a picture on like with Rich Lux recently. So we just went to a brand party like a few days ago in LA. So LA, I met like a few different influencers. Actually, Morgan Adams, Shane Dawson's like sister-in-law. I spent like an hour talking to her, and she like followed me on Instagram, and like she was so kind.
She knew who you were?
Yes, she knew who I was. Yeah, it was so nice to meet her. I mean, people just see like the random like YouTube videos or whatever, you know. And that's how, like, the day before that, I went to like an NFT party, and at that party,
Was it genuine niceness?
she was 100% genuine nice.
Okay, because sometimes
honestly,
it'd be like, follow me on Instagram so I can use you as a pawn, bitch.
and I don't want to say anything rude about her. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
look at me sweating. I'm like a sweating mess.
It's
Anyways,
you're good.
I don't want to like, this isn't like a diss to her or anything, but like when I was around her, I wouldn't say I'm like necessarily the most confident person. I'm outgoing and I like to talk to people. She was not necessarily like confident. Like I felt like she doesn't seem like, I was like,
Probably social anxiety.
you're a bad bitch. I'm like, you're a bad bitch. I'm sure. Like social anxiety mixed with just
common.
like, and I know like some of her content, she's been open about like her insecurities. So yeah, it was really nice to meet her. But like I posted this picture with Rich Lux, and then it's like everyone like, I don't know. They just like, it's crazy how like they have such a idea of who this person is, and then they have an idea of who I am, and then like, oh, simply us having a picture together or going to this party together just like automatically completely changes their perception of who our character is. And now I'm hanging out with someone who's a racist and all these things. And it's like, honestly, being around the guy, there was no bad vibes, and I've met some people where they've had really bad vibes.
As long as it's cordial and respectful, there's no worries.
Yeah, and like,
you better than me though, because if I talk about you, I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm exiting stage left, and I'm not gonna be anywhere near you. I've had that before.
I'm running to them. No, I'm running to them. If I've talked about them, I'm like, hello, like, I don't know. But I mean, it's who'd you run away from?
I didn't really run away. Matter of fact, an old couple channel that I actually did a video about a long time ago. I didn't run away. I jogged away.
Yeah.
It was an old couple channel named Day and Joe. Long story short, they don't do YouTube videos anymore because couple channels always fucking break up.
Oh my gosh, and they're done. Yeah.
They always break up.
That's a lot of pressure for a relationship too.
Yeah, to be on the fucking internet, especially if you've only been dating for like fucking three seconds, 3 minutes. But long story short, I saw them at an event called Playlist Live.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, in Orlando. I saw that they were coming up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go this way. And long story short, someone tried to like introduce us, and I'm like, I made videos about them. I've made videos about them. I'm going this way. They do fake pranks. They do bullshit. I don't really care to be in their presence. 1, I have social anxiety sometimes. 2, I'm not friendly. And 3, I'm not about to be in somebody's face just so they could photograph it and say, oh, Troyce was in my face. No, I'm not giving somebody that type of lucrative like baggage that they can hold over me. So I gracefully just jogged away, like, okay, peace. And then the person that tried to introduce us said, oh, come here real quick, I gotta ask you something. And then he tried to like introduce us, and it was like oh, hey, what's up? And they were like, hey, so like your friend told us that you were scared. And I'm like, I wasn't scared, I just simply just walked
don't want to be around them. I totally get that, because you're saying this story, and if I was in the same room as Anna Campbell, do you know who that is?
Oh yeah,
orange hair,
red
she's
hair.
like a lesbian.
Yeah, Natalia Taylor's ex-girlfriend. She was in the trash
and I'm like
channel.
real life friends with Natalia. Like we've became I almost said like her
Shout out
actual
to Natalia.
name.
Natalia is so pretty. I know her real
She's
name. She
so
said
pretty.
it before. Her real name is
Ashley.
Yeah, she said it on camera before. Ashley.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah,
she's really great. I actually stayed at her place like last year.
So pretty.
And
is she a lot more gorgeous in person?
Oh, unbelievable! Like it's like like terrifying. I'm like, I don't even like want to be around someone this beautiful, because I'm like, like she's so tall and beautiful. But I would hate to be around Anna Campbell. And actually, at the end of March, I think it was like March 22nd. Like, don't even know why I know this date, but her lawyers came after me recently. She sued the 3 girlfriends, the 3 exes, for defamation. And I don't know if she's necessarily won, but I'll tell you this: she hasn't lost.
Anybody can sue somebody. Anybody can.
I know, but it's like going somewhere. And that's been going on for like a year, and it's weird because like a year later she reaches out to me now, and me and Anna did have an interaction on Instagram. It did not go down well, and then 2 days later her lawyers send me like this letter, and they're just saying like, you said these things about Anna, blah blah blah. Everything I said about Anna was sharing what her ex-girlfriends said about her, or shared about her, or what Insider shared about her. So I actually sent a really nice email back to those lawyers, and I was like, if we can't start from the same place with the same facts, then I consider this harassment, because there's at least one bullet point that's wrong in your letter. So if you're going to come after me, you need to go and watch the video for yourself and tell me exactly what I said that was defamatory. So I sent that letter. The 10 days passed.
What a classy drag.
And then they never reached out again. So that letter will be coming out. Honestly, I'm gonna be like dropping a few cease and desist letters every month this like year. I'm gonna 8 Passengers like sent me one too. Do you know them? They don't even do YouTube anymore. They're like a big YouTube channel. They don't do it anymore.
I never heard of them. But I gotta ask you.
Yes.
So we spoke on the phone a few days ago, and we talked about how we want to talk about how celebrities have us blocked. Are there any celebrities that have you blocked? Please let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Because Nicki has me blocked. I'm still mad at that.
Nicki
Fuck
Minaj?
you, Nicki. Yes, Nicki
Me
blocked
too.
me.
Me too.
Sweet.
that is my like claim to fame, like blocking right there, which I'm sad. I don't know why. Like, she's too sensitive. Why'd she block you? Do you know?
Long story short, I did a video talking about it. Actually, I did a story time, and I talked about a list of celebrities that had me blocked. So I did a whole video if y'all want to watch that. And to make a long story short, she blocked me because, just to sum it up, I made an insensitive joke about how she loves to boast about rapping
on Twitter, on
Instagram.
Instagram,
and I wasn't even in her comments.
Oh, okay.
I made a little insensitive joke where basically Nicki and Ariana were at the 2018 VMAs. This was years ago. Nicki blocked me. They were at the 2018 VMAs, and then the Shade Room posted a video of them whispering in each other's ears, but we couldn't hear them because they didn't have on mics.
Yeah.
So the camera had panhandled to them, whispering each other's ears. So the Shade Room said, roommates, comment what you think Nicki and Ariana were talking about since we can't hear them. So I commented, Ariana, did you know that I've been the same age for years? And then I put Nicki, oh, I don't know, but Cardi B just got my award and I write all my music.
Oh my god.
So I just wrote like a funny little dialogue pointing fun at the fact that Nicki boasts all the time about
Wait,
writing
aren't you
her shit.
verified on Instagram?
No.
You're not?
No,
I thought
I
you
wish.
were.
They
Because then
always
your
get
comments
my
like right
shit.
up at the top. Then she would have like saw it and blocked you.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, 10,000 people commented under that shit. Out of 10,000 people, why block me? But I guess because I've made videos about Nicki in the past. And I made videos and I've stuck up for her in the past. You know,
Have you talked about her husband?
I've talked about her like multiple times.
I talked about her husband once, and I still get like hate from it sometimes. But like he did what he did. Like
her barbs are fucking a cult. Like barbs, y'all are.
You
a
know
cult.
who's worse though? Lovely Peach's like fans. They're so much worse.
They'd be like, "Don't come for the
gosh.
queen." Let
They
her eat
deleted like
shit in
my
peace.
TikTok. Like
They
evil.
deleted TikTok?
Yeah, because you know when she was like abusing the dog.
Yeah,
I made like a
making
lot of
out.
videos about that. Stop.
So
No, that's another dog.
fun.
She abused like a small little white
Oh
dog.
my god, there was another dog.
Yeah, the whole other dog, and she went to jail. And then,
Oh,
yeah, and I was calling the. I was gonna go try to get the dog and like rescue it and have it as my own. Like I was literally calling the facilities like where the dog was at.
I
but,
wouldn't be ready for that kind of trauma.
oh my gosh, I like wanted to rescue it. I like cried on camera.
So yeah, she did some dirty. I only saw the one where she made out with her dog. The one where she threatened, the one where she grabbed it by the neck and was like,
Oh,
"It's
my
time."
gosh.
And then there was another video where she threatened to throw it out the window. And remember the body cam footage of the police coming to her door?
God.
Did you ever see that video? There was a body cam footage that was released to media outlets of police confronting her. I did a video.
Oh, I did
on
watch
it.
that. Yeah, I did make a video about that. Sorry, it just clicked with me. Yeah, and she was acting like the way she like. There's something wrong with her, girl. Like she can't even speak normal. Like she can't like
Lovely Peaches.
even speak a sentence to these police officers, and they're all like, "What's going on here?"
She's
Like,
a liar.
using
That's
this
what
dog.
it is.
Yeah, and she's abusive. I mean, to her child too.
Yes,
you know.
yes. I don't know what happened to her daughter Cora,
Cora,
but
I
good luck. Oh my
know.
goodness, the fact that she's like, oh, I'm gonna start a human traffickers. I get, but at the same time, I try to remember crack. You know, clout is the new crack. Like I always say.
Yeah.
So truth be told, a lot of it could just be staged.
I know.
But that is like
you would hope so, but like you can't
Yeah.
you can't like just hope on that.
Lovely
You know, you
Peaches
gotta.
blocked me too, by the way.
Yeah, she blocked
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah. Oh, what
okay.
the twin.
Yeah, like her fans come after me too. But Nicki blocked me, and my story is so much more like stupid and simple.
Okay, tell me yours.
I just can't. It was like before I was like on YouTube or anything. It was when Remy Ma made that song about her.
Sheether?
Yeah, and I like commented on Nicki's post. I said Remy Ma destroyed you, and then I was blocked. I was like, that was really, and I was like kind of playing. Like I wasn't really like trying to like bully her or anything.
Before the butt job, before the butt job, you were a SpongeBob.
Oh my
captain
gosh.
captain of the records, captain of the cum squad.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
my god, that shit was fire. I have to listen to that shit.
I just love a good beef. So whatever. I just went over to acknowledge the beef, like
That's
maybe
so-
fuel the fire. And yeah, she blocked me, which gives me very much sensitivity, but it's fine. She's like a
Yeah.
queen, so she can do what
I get
what
it.
the queen wishes.
Because at the end of the day, you know, it's Nicki's shit. She has the right to block
Anyone
whoever
has
she
the
wants.
right to block
But it's
anyone at
like,
any point.
damn.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, no, I'm not going
Yeah, because I actually like her music and I want to see her on the Instagram lives. And I like, yeah.
And like, she seems like such a sweet, chill, down to earth person. And I don't have no problem with Nicki. You have no problem with Nicki. So it's really insane that, you know, she blocks a lot of people. She blocked Lil Yachty. She blocked Young Miami. She
Oh,
also,
yeah.
Yeah, she also blocked Cardi B for obvious
So
reasons.
she's like block friendly or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
She
she'll
blocked Cardi for a
anyone.
lot of reasons. I think she has Taylor Swift block for that debacle they had back
Oh
in
my gosh.
2015, was it? But she blocks a lot of people because she's, you know, you've heard her song, I Don't Want You on My Page, Bitch, Blockiana. You've heard that song.
Yeah.
So I get it. But all in all, one thing I would say is about when you're a commentary and you're a gossip journalistic channel, sometimes a lot of times people take it as, you know, you have personal ill will against this person,
Yeah.
which is so irritating because the people, not only were the people you talk about take it personal, but then the people that are fans of people take it personal.
Yeah.
And what's so sad is people sometimes also, when you meet people, will look at you as like you're messy because you
Yeah.
talk about people. I don't know. Do
Mhm.
people look at you like you're messy as fuck
Honestly,
and are
I do
cautious
think
about you?
I think some of my videos are kind of like, and I'm not trying to like gaslit my or whatever, prop myself up, but like I do put out like pretty like good like deep dive videos, and like those ones I feel like
Yeah.
people don't really see them as messy. They see them as like kind of documentary, kind of like research and stuff style. But there's definitely like, especially like when it comes to my Britney content, my Ace family content, like the Britney people, like I did a lot for Free Britney.
Yeah. You even show up to the fucking protest.
Oh girl, they cease and desist me too. I had to remove 24 videos.
Brittany, I'm gonna
It was
hit
not
you,
Brittany
baby,
though.
one more time.
It wasn't Brittany's. No, it was the people who
Okay.
put her in the concern.
Sorry,
No,
Brittany.
no, Brittany. Actually, quick story. I just got confirmation Monday that Brittany knows who I am. I know.
Stop.
Because okay, so you know how I went to dinner with Alexa Nicholas. So I went to dinner with an actress named Alexa Nicholas. She played Nicole Bristow on Zoe 101.
She was the original girl that got replaced, for those of y'all who don't know.
And then you may know this, but like Britney Spears at one point when they were on set confronted Alexa and like bullied her and like went off on her and cussed at her. She's like a 12-year-old girl. So Alexa came on my channel, like I told you, for like an hour-long interview. And during that interview, she brought up the situation with Britney. And when I knew that Britney apologized to her a couple months ago, but she didn't share like a screenshot or anything with me. But I just like, I trust her and she told me that. So I'm like, okay. So when I was with her, she was like, do you want to see it? And we went to Britney's Instagram and she sent a long message and she referred to multiple things that she's only ever shared my video. And like, I was crying when I read it because it was so clear that she like had watched that, and just, the message itself was just really beautiful and kind and apologetic. And it felt like, it's so weird to like see something from her that's so intimate and personal, like an apology to her, because it's like, wow, like you can just, it's like reassurance of how like humble Britney is and how amazing she is and how she's like someone who, like we mentioned earlier, people can't take accountability. They can't apologize. They can't, like, they're not sorry for shit. And she's like, was actually genuinely sorry and so kind. And she didn't have to do that, but she did. And so, that was really
Brittany.
cool.
I'm really proud of Brittany.
Right. Cheers to Brittany and free
Cheers to
Brittany.
Brittany.
Now we
Free
need to free
Brittany.
Kesha and free
Amanda
Wendy.
Bynes.
Well, Amanda got freed.
Oh my
She's just
God.
acting up. She's just acting up
Okay.
with this music.
Oh my God.
Have you heard it?
Poo poo caca trash mixed with dumpster shit. But shout out to Amanda. We love you. Miss Amanda show. If you ever want to come back,
Amanda hates me though, by the way. Yeah, she says that I R-word her privacy. I've never R-worded anything in my entire life, let alone your privacy by sharing your tweets.
I love Amanda Bynes, but that's so really
She's
weird.
not very kind though. Like, and
Yeah,
and that's why I stand for what's right, and I know that what she went through was wrong, so I'll stand up for what's right. And whether she's personally mean to me or not doesn't change that she's a victim of this whole industry. So I don't like have any ill will towards her, but the R-wording privacy situation, that was like a little like too much.
Listen, Amanda, all I want is a fucking reboot of the Amanda show. So if you watch this, try to make that shit happen and get your shit together and stop making music, okay? I just don't want you to rap no more.
Yeah.
But anyways,
and get your fiance off Instagram messaging women.
Really?
Yeah.
Long story short, I gotta ask you. So if y'all didn't know, Sloan temporarily moved to LA. Have you announced that yet?
Yeah, I'm actually here until November.
Really?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to hang out.
We do.
Like,
we
real life.
we gotta get like a drink together and definitely
Oh
do
my
something.
gosh,
I'm always doing
yeah.
something. I'm always bored.
Always doing something or always bored?
Always bored doing something. I'm always by myself.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm
well,
always doing something. I always need like company, someone to talk to.
Yeah,
So we
let's
could
definitely
definitely
hang out.
But I gotta ask you this. In terms of your success, coming to LA, things changing for you, how have people switched up on you now that you become popular? Is there like a lot of jealousy in your friend group? Are people switching up on you, acting funny, like, oh, you think you're better than me?
I don't know, because I don't really like think I've like made any type of. I don't feel like I've done much, but I have definitely like lost, like, looking at it as like a bigger picture, I've lost like all of my like friends from back home pretty much. I have like 2 left, but like me and my best friend forever, we broke up, like had a friendship breakup in December. It was the same weekend that I broke up with my boyfriend, who I was with for 6 years.
Oh my God.
So I've literally like, I've kind of like, YouTube has definitely, it's kind of forced me into a new life, but I'm like really thankful for it. And I feel like I'm living like a very fulfilling life now compared to where I was before. So things have switched up, but not.
Is it jealousy though?
It could, yeah. I mean, the one friend that I had that I broke up with, he was definitely like super miserable towards me because he just wasn't happy with himself. And honestly, like he ended up like, getting addicted to fentanyl, and he's like not doing well. So like I'm glad he's like just out of my life because not I hope him the best with his like recovery. But you know,
Yeah.
there are some people who are like, you know, can be slightly jealous or
Anytime
so.
you talk about good things about you, it's like, oh, or that's not that good.
Yeah,
Or,
or it's just like,
oh, it's like they don't show any type of like love, and you want your
yeah.
friends to show you love because they're your friends.
Yeah, and I have not had like really great friendships. I think like I've always been in the same area in Virginia, like right outside DC. So I've been around the same people since I was a child, and I feel like when you get older, sometimes those friends who have been there for a long time are only there because of the time or the convenience, or you know, there are so many people out there who are putting up with terrible friendships because they've been friends since they were 5. That doesn't mean anything. If they're not a good friend to you and they are pulling you down, making you feel less than, making every moment worse. Like when I would go out with this friend, he constantly wanted to go home, constantly felt some type of way, did not like that I was
Oh, Jesus
talking to other
Christ.
people, like and being social. So, you know what, those aren't good friendships, and I feel like it was a nice realization to have, you
And
know.
some people grow apart, and that's fine. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you meet certain friends in certain phases of your life. You know, maybe you met certain people when you were just insecure, didn't have a lot of confidence, didn't know where
Yeah.
you were going.
Oh my
And now
God.
that you've kind of grown and developed, you can cut them off.
Well,
You
and I
got to,
definitely
even if it's family.
I've had some people definitely. I was really bullied in high school because I went to a school called Cowpie High, super country. I mean, I had the teachers calling the F slur, you know, calling me names. I had rocks thrown at me. I had so many horrible things happen to me there. But I've like since like doing the whole YouTube thing and like getting some success with that, I've gotten like, you know, a few bizarre messages on like Facebook from like random bullies who are like, "Hey man, like I'm really sorry that I like did all that to you. Like it's so awesome what you're doing now, blah blah blah." And it is a switch up. I'm like, you are homophobic, nasty bully. Hopefully you've grown up because it was high school. But they are definitely switching up because they see like, oh, you're doing that. That's so cool. It's like,
No
okay,
apology.
well, yeah. I was like, what if you were my friend back in the day? Like we could have been like, you know, I was cool then too. I just wasn't doing this or whatever.
You replied? You replied to those people?
I not all of them, but I did one who was like a really bad bully to me, and like honestly, it kind of gave me closure. So it
love
was a
that.
good thing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice to hear. Because, you know, with me, I'm not gonna lie. When you were in high school, you weren't windmilling bitches. You weren't like windmilling bitches.
I was like so insecure. Like, so I had a nose job when I was 18 years old,
Oh
and
my God, y'all got money.
girl, I like begged for it. I begged for it. I just couldn't go like any further, which sounds so superficial and like shallow, but it was something I was like bullied for, and that held me back from so many things. And in high school, I was really just insecure and quiet. I was very shy. So back then, I was not like no confidence at all. Honestly, my confidence came when I went to college, and I finally like was able to make friends because I just only ever had like a few friends in my neighborhood. And then I went to college and it's like, oh, no one cares that I'm gay now. Isn't that crazy? And I think that's
world
why
doesn't care. Most people are gay. Most people are openly fluid and sexual.
yeah, well back then, you know, it was not okay in high school. So going to college and going to like a progressive place and, you know, and then having my nose job, as soon as I got that done, it felt like a whole wall came down because I think and I think I'm dealing with this more as I get older, but I put a lot of like my trauma and everything like, oh, if I just get this one thing fixed, then it'll all be great. It'll be cool. I can make YouTube videos because
That's
at that
people
point
pleasing.
I was interested in YouTube videos and everything too, but I couldn't stand to like look at myself on camera. So that was like a really big turning point for me. And I think like yeah, it sounds superficial, but it was like deeper than that. You know, it was like kind of rooted trauma in that. So I felt like I just like got this whole weight off of myself, went to college, became a whole new person, and there have been the high school bullies who have switched on, but you know,
Yeah.
it's been a great
They
experience.
try to take you out for drinks now because you always know the people who usually bully you for your sexuality are always the ones that are sucking dick in the
Oh my
stalls.
gosh, I know. I've had some like guys try to, but like you know, I honestly don't have a lot of like experience with guys because I've been in long-term relationships my whole life. Like I was dating a guy for 6 years and dated another guy for 3 years, and that's 9 years, and I'm in my 20s. So I've like never like gone on a bunch of dates and all those things, but
So you're at a phase where you're single for the first time in your entire life.
in my entire life, like this year, so it ended in December, and then I moved from where I've grown up into Florida, and I was in Florida for 5 months, and I went on some dates there, and like you know met some guys, and like learned a lot about myself too. Like it's so
Experimented,
important.
had your fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
I'm still like still like having the fun and like trying to like, go on dates and like do all of
Get to know
that.
yourself. You're finding
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm definitely like a hopeless romantic type. Like that's why I like love Lana Del Rey so much because the way that
Mm.
she like sings and writes
She ain't
about
never
love.
finding a man, but I still love her music.
Yeah, I know. That's how I relate to her. I'm like, we just want to find love. But yeah, so it's been exciting and it's like and I think it's so important. Like if you're a young person watching this, like you need to date many, date plenty, figure out
Hmm.
who you want in your life and do
Try
not settle.
everything.
Yeah, and it's like even like if
Live everywhere. Try everything. Eat everything. Get to know yourself.
and if you think you're happy, but you're not really happy, like you can always go back. Like I think people think that like, oh, you break up and it's like completely over with. But if you are respectful and and I was very honest with my ex-boyfriend, like I just, I'm at a point in my life where like it's not you, it's me. I need to go and, see what the world has to offer me. I think if you are like respectful and go about it that way, there's no need to go and cheat and do all of that. So,
Because the beautiful thing about life is people don't realize that you can always choose again. You don't have to
mm-hmm.
feel like you're stuck at one job because you could have been stuck at your government job and said, "Oh, whatever, fuck YouTube. I want to just stick to what I know." But you
Mm-hmm.
try something new, and guess what? It
Yeah.
changed your life. You're financially stable. You're a lot more
Mm-hmm.
confident. You've met a lot more people. You're discovering more about yourself,
Yeah.
and now you feel like you're on the right path and where you need to be.
Yeah, and I'm honestly so glad that I'd had those experiences just because a lot of people and like yourself, you've just come up in this and I feel like if I didn't have those and I was your age or younger doing this, I would have like said things, done things, taken deals, had managers screw me over, brands screw me over. So I'm just really like honestly so grateful for how everything has gone.
Hmm.
I couldn't be happier, and it's like actually really nice to see people on YouTube like comment. They're like,
Yeah.
"You look so much happier. I've like lost weight. I'm like
Hmm.
finally feeling myself a little bit." Besides like me sweating, like besides me, oh my gosh, that is so ugly. I'm gonna need to
Oh,
like
you're good. Oh, people
I
don't give
should
a
have
fuck.
been like.
We don't give a fuck over
That's why I wear
here.
black. That's literally why I wear black.
We don't
But
give a fuck either. We be eating crocodiles and shit. Shout out to all the new people watching this, but we be eating crocodiles. We don't give no fucks. We wear plastic bags on our head. We don't give a shit.
yeah.
This is not America's Next Top
Oh my gosh,
Model.
plastic bags for like what when you're dyeing your hair?
Yeah, no, just plastic bags on my hair just because I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I wear whatever the fuck I want. We don't care over here. But I gotta ask you, what's your end goal with social media and YouTube? Like,
Oh my
what you trying to flip this
gosh.
shit to? Are you trying to be on TV? You trying to be like Ellen DeGeneres? You trying to be like Tyra
Ah,
Banks?
so I honestly, when I was in my government job and in my relationship, I was so stuck in a box, and I like was comfortable in this box. I was like fine with it, like whatever. I'll make my 60K a year and work at the government, and like that'll be my life. Like so
Yeah.
basic, like wasn't really doing that great. And then when the YouTube kind of opened those doors, I was like, wow, like I can do this, I can do
Mm.
this. And now I'm at a point where I've pretty much got like a 4 or 5 year plan goal, being on YouTube and then getting out into the mainstream. I would love to have some type of show. Like you're probably too young for this, but do you know like Joel McHale the Soup back in the day?
Joe McHale, the soup.
The Soup, it was a show on E, but it was like called The Soup, and I would love to have like that mixed like with Wendy Williams or like even go like kind of the Andy Cohen route. So
I never
lately,
watched that.
yeah,
I watched Martha Stewart and Paula Dean though.
oh no, no, not the vibe. I like want
Mm.
to I kind of want to do like newsy hosting kind of some type of television show or a streaming show
Mm.
or something.
Like
And
Howard Stern.
yeah, I mean, I think more of like Andy Cohen, like the Watch What Happens Live or like the Wendy Show and things like that. Like that's kind of would be ideal for
Or
me.
like Catfish.
What
Like
are you
Nev
talking about?
Schulman.
That's like, but that's so like such a niche. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
he's got his thing going.
Because
Like,
your videos are very documentary style. You
yeah,
love to converse about different topics, get to the root of things, so you can get like a documentary style type show on a TV.
yeah, and I can honestly see myself working on some documentary style projects. And I actually am like I've became friends with a filmmaker who's like trying to work with me to like actually make a like a documentary about this guy that I went to high school with who was murdered like mysteriously like right by my apartment complex in DC. I have a video about it. It's really like a bizarre video. There's like video clips of the person who killed him, and they have a face mask on their face. And it was before COVID was even a thing, and people were even wearing face masks. Like, so if you look at it nowadays, you'd think, oh, that person's just, they got their mask on and they're wearing all black and they're cold or something because they're covering their hands and everything. But super bizarre. I think like ideally I would like to do something a little bit more casual and like news updates, kind of like quicker talk show type of
Like
vibes. But
Harvey from TMZ, like how it's laid
yeah,
back.
I don't like TMZ, but
Yeah.
that's a good vibe. That's a good example. I mean, right now I signed a big contract with Facebook last September. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was cool. Like
Congratulations.
it's like through Facebook, and it's like they pretty much they just re-edit my videos and put them on Facebook, and like you know how we get paid from YouTube, they do the same thing on Facebook where you get like monetization.
So they do everything and they cut you a check.
Yeah, and I re-edited them into like a cool little style and everything. Yeah, I'll have to show you some of the
Shout
videos.
out to Facebook.
Yeah, so I've got like a long contract with them for like 4 years where I have to make like 100
4
and
years.
100 and or I mean, okay, so technically it's like I think I've got to do 144 videos for the next 2 years, and then we renegotiate the video amount. But yeah, so I've got this deal with them, and I have to like, you know, I'm going through with it unless an opportunity like comes about and they pay off the deal. So ideally I would like to get onto some like mainstream or something like that, but for now I'm kind of like I would like to get a podcast of my own. Want to get, look at me, I'm like, ugh.
So listen, we're a new generation now. Like all these shows, late night talk shows, they're getting canceled. Like they're literally singing the fuck out of people.
Bye, James Corden.
Yeah.
I just made a video about him today. Just posted it this morning. I was so drunk.
But you still got it done.
It was 5 a.m. I stayed up till 5 a.m. last night. And it was, and like 5 a.m. is 8 a.m. on the East Coast. And I usually like to post my videos at 8 a.m. Like, cause it's just, they do better when I post them.
I like the East Coast time better. But I mean, all in all to say is, you never wanted to be famous, or you did want to always be famous? I gotta ask you that.
I guess like I've always like when I was younger, I wanted to be an actor, and I did some acting things and stuff like that. I don't think necessarily like the fame part's what's attracting me. I think like it's more of the connection with people and the creativity side of it too. So
having a voice. And
like YouTube, I've made YouTube videos since the 7th grade. I've made like on and off just throughout the years. I've liked creating videos. I've liked like creating content. So if I just stopped getting views today and like no one was watching, I would still be making videos because I just like it. It's just like a hobby of mine, you know?
That's my advice to all the young people watching this, that if you deep down inside aren't sure where you want to go in life, what you want out of life, think about what you would do for free. Some of you guys like doing hair, makeup. Some of you love children. Some of you love cooking. And some of you love maybe even being a babysitter. Or some of y'all just love art, video games, animations, or doing what we do. Talk about gossip, commentary, and news, and you're a passionate person.
Yeah.
Think about what you want to do for free, and that could be your purpose. And then find a way to monetize it.
And these like creative like outlets, they're so fluid because sometimes I have a few like vlogs on my channel, and I do kind of like more artistic vlogs, like kind of depressing. Like every time I post one, they're like, "Are you okay?" But like I like to do like artistic, like, you know, the Lana Del Rey, the Weeknd-esque, you know, dark poetic like kind of vlog sometimes, and it's something I really appreciate. And it's like a different side of creating content, and I think that like getting into commentary, I didn't just like know I wanted to do this, or I didn't like, even though I was influenced by like some YouTubers, like I saw your videos, I'm like, wow, that's like really cool, but I didn't like have a plan to do it. I just created content, and I had 2 big stories that I like that really got me into commentary, and it was Leah Marie Johnson. Do you know who that is?
No.
She's like a YouTube singer who like got really addicted to drugs and like had a lot of issues, and her boyfriend killed himself. Like it was really bad. She would go on live and have like she was making out with like a 60-year-old producer. She was clearly on drugs. Like it was really bad. I was so worried about her. So I was passionate about that, and I made videos about it, like trying to like get her help. And then Young Sweet Row. You know Young Sweet Row, right?
No.
Girl, you don't know Young Sweet Row?
I don't know who the fuck these people are.
It's Travis Scott's like longtime girlfriend that he's like cheated on Kylie Jenner with like many times.
Oh my God.
I removed all those videos that I've made. I've removed a lot of, I probably have like 500 videos that are on the internet but are privated on like on my other channel and some on my main channel.
I deleted, and not deleted, but private videos too, because is it because you regret what you said in that video?
It's just the quality is not that great. It's not necessarily like back in the day when I was like really pumping out YouTube videos, I was making like 4 or 5 a day and like just posting.
I remember.
Yeah, I was like,
how the fuck is that?
But that was like back when
possible?
I was talking about like old, like it was like cheap, like super easy videos, not like well
you were
done.
doing reactions at one point. Yeah, you were just reacting to
Shit
those
was like,
videos.
yeah, it was honestly like not great, but
yes, your commentary has improved.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where you just, you know, reviewed, reacted, and just said, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Yeah.
But now you're doing in-depth shit.
Yeah, and like I post about 5 videos a week, so I try to keep it at that.
You know, AdSense check looking popping.
That's what I'm saying. Like once you like make some like decent money from YouTube, it's like, why do you want to even stop? You know, it's like I want to like keep posting and get more, but honestly,
don't get too consumed by it though, because some people get too consumed.
I'm
by
already.
the AdSense. Oh, really?
Already.
Oh, okay. Well, try to break out of it as soon as you can.
Well, every day I just make sure my numbers are like good. You know.
Okay.
That's how. I mean, that's how I feel.
That
about
number,
it.
that shit will.
I
like,
know.
Like down.
It can change so quick.
You're like, where's my camera, bitch? Where's
yeah,
my camera?
Running. Like I need to get on camera. Actually, today I'm going to do a bunch of work.
And it gives you anxiety too.
Oh, constantly.
But the thing is, don't get too consumed with like the numbers and the money and revenue and stuff, because
Yeah.
eventually I've seen this happen to people or one person.
It all goes into waves.
Yeah,
And
like you get consumed and you feel like you're doing things for money, and then eventually you get to a point where your mental health being all fucked up will start
Yeah.
to show on camera
Yeah.
too much, because we all go through shit, but it'll show too much, and then people will just be like, why the fuck are you here? Please take a break.
Yeah.
And yeah, so eventually you'll break out of that or try to break out of that, because you
Mhm.
don't want to let the numbers game consume you.
Yeah. And I honestly, I think though, like staying
Take
on
a break
top.
if you need a break.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to ever take a break because then your channel is like shot if you take a break.
Motherfucker, you are settled.
Well,
you are doing great. You are like established.
I
You
do have
a
like
cult
10
following.
videos right now ready to go. Like, so I usually have about 10 videos at all times ready to go. So if I do need a break, I can take like a 4 or 5 day break, and then every day I'll still have a video, you know?
Wow.
So
You
that's
are
why.
fucking doing your damn thing. I fucking film as I go and edit as I go, but you are on your
No.
shit. But all in all, that's why you've been able to go so far. You have a
Mhm.
manager, you have a deal with Facebook, you have a lot going on. You're consistent too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how the fuck do you pump
Well,
these shits
also,
out?
once you work like 9 to 5, and then I was doing 5 to 1 every day because I had like the government job, and then I did 5 videos a week and I edited myself and everything. Going from that to this, it's like, oh, I'm like, I don't feel like I'm working enough all the time. Like, I feel like I need to go and like make more, you know?
Wow. Your
Yeah.
work ethic is strong, so you'll be around for a long
Thanks.
time. The fact that you have integrity, the fact that you're
Oh my
consistent,
gosh.
and the fact that you have a lot going on, listen, just keep that going and you'll be fine. You know, don't get consumed with the drama. Don't get
Mhm.
on live and try to like argue it.
Yeah.
Because listen, a lot of influencers fuck up their entertainment career, commentary career, whatever career, by constantly being in some shit. So if
It's because
someone,
they take it personally too, and that's why I'm
yes,
glad that I'm a little bit more grown. I've lived my life, and I'm like,
mm-hmm,
I recognize this stuff for what it is. Like, you can't take it
exactly.
like that personally.
But if you were 17, 18 on this
Oh, that
shit,
I would have been. I would have. There would be no more me. I probably wouldn't have
you'd be
gone as far.
canceled.
You know what I mean? Like, I probably would have never even at that point. I wasn't happy like 17, 18, 19-year old. So yeah, I don't think I would have even gone far.
I started YouTube at 15. I'm very blessed that because I went through a lot of shit in my younger life, and I'm blessed that I had enough maturity to not get into shit, because I told myself, okay, if I respond to this shit, how will I look in the next 2 years if I look at this shit?
Yeah.
So if you go on YouTube, you won't find any fucking videos of me going back and forth with anybody. So keep it that way,
Yeah.
and other influencers, future aspiring influencers, keep it that way. Do not get in trouble. Do not get in shit. Don't be messy, being fake with one influencer and then smiling another influencer's face. Be transparent. Be yourself. Be real. Don't try to fit in.
I
Just be you,
know.
because that shit will like fall back on you.
Well,
You know?
people see it too. That's why I'm like, I feel so comfortable with who I am and being on the internet, and I feel like I know what I believe in, and I stand in my morals and stuff, and like people can see that. And if you're not genuine, and if you're putting on this facade and you're trying to like fake it till you make it, like people, you know, YouTube is such a personal place. It's not like you have a team of people giving you a script and all these things and all of that. Like
People are picking you apart.
people can see right through. So if you're not, you know, being genuine, or, you know, operating in a ethical manner, then something's gonna happen. And that's honestly people I talk about on my YouTube channel. It's people all the time who like do things that are messed up and they don't take accountability, and
You
they're
learn from their mistakes.
oh well, exactly too. It's like that's like, and I hope like people who watch my videos too like learn from their mistakes and those people's mistakes, and see where's wrong and where's like, you know, what's not too wrong. Like, for example, okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I feel like James Charles,
Oh God.
what crime did he commit? Why does everyone say he has to go to jail? You know who needs to go to jail? Like people who are actually like
Doing
predators,
fucked up
like
shit.
Diplo should go to jail.
Diplo,
James Charles, I know
Lord.
that like I'm not trying to defend him because I know what he did was wrong. Like it's gross. He's like seeking out children and stuff. But it's weird to me that like there's channels that are posting every single day about him going to jail, and I'm like, have you like not looked around and see how many like people are actually like abusing like women and children or other people in Hollywood? It's
I
like,
see your point. Long story short, James Charles has not been documented touching people physically.
committing
So,
a crime, I
yeah.
guess. Which and I get whatever he did was still like gross, like disgust. But I'm like, when I see like multiple channels like say he deserves jail all the time, I'm like, what? Then why isn't he in jail? Like, everyone's saying he should go to jail.
Technically, because
Go to jail.
I'm gonna have to hold James Charles accountable. James Charles needs some fucking guidance. He needs therapy seriously badly, because I get it. He's been in the public eye since he was 16. So imagine being 16 years old, and we remember how we were at 16.
Well, and he's also had like a lot of issues with his like sexual identity. So I feel like he kind of like preys on these like high school guys, because I've heard. Have you heard of the Snapchat thing?
Yeah, I did.
About him like him like baiting people on Snapchat and acting like as a girl or something in his high school. I don't know. I think he's got like
his high school friends or associates exposed him on that.
Yeah. He like, I just feel like the guy needs to like get some therapy and just kind of like
I feel like because James Charles had a lot of issues with not just his sexuality, but just him as a whole, just being, bullied and being anxious all the time and not being able to navigate this world, and also feeling like he had to, run the social media to find a friend or a community. I think that's why he does fucked up, stupid shit, because he needs to be held accountable. That's just fucking weird as shit. Like, you cannot be sending your fucking crusty ass booty pics to
Ew,
fucking little ass fucking
he's got
boppers.
that new booty too, that BBL.
He got a BBL.
Well, he didn't
Oh,
get the
Jesus
real
Christ.
BBL. He
Oh
got the
my God.
non-surgical one because he had no fat to move. You know what I mean? Like,
He's a
there's no
skinny
fat.
dude.
Yeah, so he got like the ass shots or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Cardi
Rich
B
was
is
telling me
shook.
about it. I was like, does it bounce? Like, does it still
Oh,
bounce? I don't think it
wow.
bounces.
Wow, Nicki Minaj is shook. Let me stop. When she
Yeah.
blocked mask again.
Wait, have you met anyone in LA yet? Like any like famous people at all?
I went to a party. I ran into Manny MUA. He looked me right in my
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
That's how I knew he knew who the fuck I was. He looked me right at. You know how people look you right in your eyes for like a few seconds and they look away?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And then I met the let's see, not met, but I met Nazanin Kavari. I don't know if you know who that is. She's a very popular beauty influencer. Really dope. I really fuck her. One
Yeah.
of the realest. And then long story short, basically, let's see.
Do you know Tila Dunn?
I do.
She came out to me at that NFT party and was like, I love your YouTube channel. We exchanged numbers. I had no idea who she was. I even spelled her name wrong. I was like, Tila Tequila. And my manager was like,
Tila
she's like, yeah.
I think she was a fucking porn star and a MySpace person.
I know. I'm doing a deep dive on her. But yeah, he was like, do you know who that was? I was like, I had no idea, but she was so pretty, so sweet.
She was on that show, Are We There Yet?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of her because I never really watched her videos.
She's had some controversies, I've heard.
Yeah, I personally think she's boring as fuck. But Tila Dunn, she's very much let's see, she pissed off a lot of her fans because a lot of her followers are women that look like her. And she got on camera one time when people asked her about like her, her upbringing, her background, and to make a long story short, the girl basically said, yeah, so like I have a lot of German in me. And it's like, girl, really? Like, girl,
trying to act brand new, whoa, Vicky
yeah.
vibes.
And it's like, come on now, like, really? So it's just stuff like that. But overall, she also has to have some controversy in terms of, people accusing her of lying about like her hair and shit, just little stuff like that. Because you got to remember, this girl spent most of her life in Cali when she's around these little suburban white girls that are just like, I'm so hot, like the Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian type. So in a way, people can sometimes see that she's, insecure about herself because of her upbringing. But one thing I'll say is like, back to the topic of,
but it's weird because if I were to post a picture with her, then like if she like that's what's so annoying. Like if I were to post a selfie with her and didn't even know who she was, people are like, you support this, blah blah blah. And I know she's like not the worst, but that's what's frustrating, like the Rich Lux things and like things like that. Because I'm like, like they're real people. Do you actually know? Do you know who Spill Sesh is? Do you know her channel?
Oh no, I know the channel. Yes,
Channel,
I do watch Spill Sesh.
You should go get dinner with us next week.
Okay,
yeah, she's like one of my besties out here.
I don't
She's
mind.
really great. Yeah.
As long as she don't have a problem with me, I'm fine.
No, there's nothing.
I'm making sure because I'm cool with
She's
everybody.
very much normal, like cute girl. Yeah, and it was so funny because people thought that Morgan Adams ran that Spill Sesh channel, and I introduced them. And I was like, this is the one that like, because she edits her voice and stuff and it sounds like Morgan. And it was such a interesting moment to see them interact.
I don't mind getting dinner with y'all. That'd be fun. Nice
Yeah.
drama channels getting linked up.
Oh, yeah. And she's really great. I've learned like some really good stuff from her too. It's nice to like meet people like this because you learn from each other too, you know?
Yeah. And we're like open. Like people think, because like we said, like we talked about, do people think that you're like messy? Like, oh wait, I don't want to like tell you too much about me, or like perceive that you're messy.
I haven't like had that yet, but I think that like it will happen.
You're
and
still
honestly,
new to this shit.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's like more of like with dating. Like guys are a little bit off put
Really?
by like, oh, you have this, like you're very like posting a lot, you are, do this, and they don't want, they're scared like I'm gonna violate their privacy or something. And it's like this is very different than like, I'm not gonna ever make a video about someone, but even like posting them or things like that, like people just get weird about it. So it's kind of been a deterrent for dating.
Long story short, we definitely got to come back again, and we definitely got to
It's
talk
time
about.
up.
We got to talk about Look, we definitely got to like wrap this up. First of all, Sloan, thank you for coming on my
Oh my
podcast.
gosh, thank you
It
for
was really
having
nice.
me.
So give me like the exclusives. I really hope that by the time this goes out, you drop the letter and everything and show everything.
Yeah.
Because it was very interesting to hear about like the Ace family, them trying to, and then
And they said that they lost a deal in particular. They said that I'm the reason why they lost a big deal, and I'm the reason why their ticket sales have gone down.
Ace family got some fucking
He
nerve.
jumped into the pool saying, "Oh, Ace Fest sold out." Jumped into the pool, wah! And then now he's over here saying, "Oh yeah, you're the reason why our ticket sales went down for a sold out event."
that narcissist has
A
some
reality
fucking
check,
nerve.
please. Like, and what big deal did I lose? Because H3 has 4 videos to have over 1 million views. My video with 150,000, 200,000 views, that really slowed all the ticket sales and made you lose a big deal.
Long story short, you're a new channel. H3H3 has a team of lawyers and shit,
I
and he's had a
know.
lot of controversy with beating copyright strikes. So they try to intimidate you, but Austin really has some fucking nerve. You're gonna talk about that very soon on your channel, though.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Soon, when
Yeah.
everything gets sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, thank you for coming on my
Thank
podcast.
you so much for having me and being so.
Give up meeting you again. Really nice. This is actually our first time meeting y'all.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's so cool.
But it's really cool to like meet other commentary, drama, like whatever. What do you consider yourself? People ask you, Sloan, what do you do before we go?
YouTube commentary. Typically, I cover the dark side of Hollywood, exposing videos, lawsuits, legal things. You know,
If you summed it up, what would you tell people, like in one word?
commentary. Yeah, commentaries. I think that's a good word because it's not like I don't. If like people say like, oh, you're a tea channel. The only tea I'm serving is trauma. Like there's no tea over here.
You just cover shit.
Yeah,
Tea is,
and it's like a lot of
exposing
like,
shit.
and it's not like the petty stuff. Like my friend Spill Sesh, like not saying that she covers petty things, but you know, it's like the gossipy things, the little influencers, the Jeff Widdicks, the David Dobrik's, the Shane Dawson's. I'm like more focused towards something else, and that's why I love this space because we can all appreciate each other's content and kind of be similar in some ways, but also be different. You know,
TMZ and Wendy Williams, their tea, they have exclusives. You're more so like. You just talk about what's already out there. You just break it down.
Yeah,
Commentator.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
I usually just tell people, oh, I'm a podcast personality, or I just tell people journalist.
Yeah.
Just simply like, because I don't like have time for the dumbass questions. People are like, oh, so are you like Logan Paul? And
Yeah,
shit?
so let me see that. Blah, blah,
Are you
blah.
Logan
Yeah.
Paul? You have followers? I just say, oh, journalist, and they just assume I work for some firm. They don't ask me dumbass questions because
Yeah.
people get weird, creepy, and leechy. And then when you tell people what you do and they see your following, they assimilate and try to adjust.
Yeah.
But overall,
wait, are you going to Pride?
I should out here in LA.
I literally I was at a
Never
place
been.
last night and they were like, oh, do you want to win a Pride bracelet? And then he was like, oh, he was like, follow me on Instagram. He saw I had YouTube followers. He's like, oh, here, come talk to this guy. I came to talk to this guy. I paid $220 for my bracelet. He came out and gave me 3 bracelets for free. And I gave one away to this girl at the Abbey yesterday who works at the Abbey, who's like a good connect to have. And I've got 2 more. So if you want to go to Pride, I can give you a bracelet.
I know someone that works at the Abbey too.
Yeah. Is it like the girl who like runs the
some
private?
dude that recognized me.
Yeah.
But you gotta come back on my show. You gotta come back on my show. We should go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. Hit me up. Me and Stone are gonna go hang out. Are you doing something later?
No, I'm chilling.
We should do something later.
Like right now?
We should like go get food or something.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh my god, we gotta go.
Okay, we'll see you guys soon.
But thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. I appreciate you guys so much. Please be sure to join my Patreon if you guys are interested. It's as low as $2. Thank you guys for streaming today's episode. Also, be sure to follow Sloan everywhere. Where can they find you?
Sloan SL04N. Hopefully you'll be Sloan or Sloan Hooks soon. We're trying to rebrand without the numbers, but yeah, find me on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, but thank you, Sloan, for coming on my show. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for everything. And yeah, that's that.
Bye, guys.
Time out is over. She's got a girl and she's on fire. With the world magazine. Oh, she's got a and it has oh, this girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Oh.